up?
What a beautiful rainy Monday afternoon.
Hold on. Hello and welcome to the Smash Masters podcast, where we talk about collision repair and PDR and everything in between. I'm Stefan Eschi. That's Nick Priest. And we have another great show for you tonight, brought to you by Black Magic PDR Tips. Rainy.
Right.
It's rainy for you too?
Yeah. It's going to rain the rest of the week, I think. We got Greg up in here. What's up, Greg? And Michael, all the guys showing up. How's everybody doing? Hope your week is started off well. It's a great day to have a good day. It's a good day to have a great day. All that stuff, man.
I got it. You hit on something. I wasn't planning to talk about this, but my week did not start out well. I got to the got to the body shop this morning, and currently I'm putting together a Tesla Model X.
Yeah.
Anybody who's worked on one knows my pain. That's my least favorite car in the world to work on. And anyway, first thing in the morning, I've got a million things on my mind. I got that caffeine pumping. I had the T30 screwdriver, and I'm putting this bolt into this the retainer, the T30 bolt, and scratch the quarter panel.
Oh, nice.
Great way to start a week. Great way. First thing in the morning, first 5 minutes I was there.
You did that in the first 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, at least you started off right.
It could only get better from there. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah.
Well, it did. It only got better from there, other than the fact that I had to work on a Model X for most of the day. But
yeah.
Hey, Christopher. Thanks for
guy?
coming in. Yeah, I got a few other things to cover. I mean, unless you got something you wanted to mention.
No, I mean, you're pretty much on the right track. Let's go ahead and see what we got out here.
So I wanted to mention over the weekend we did the Dents for Kids here in Connecticut, and it was a great little event where we fixed dents for exchange for an unwrapped toy, which is then donated to I believe it's CT Children's Hospital. I mean, if they're in a hospital this time of year, gifts are hard to come by. So nothing better than seeing them light up with a new gift. Anyway, being able to provide that, we must have fixed 50, 60 cars. I mean, it started out slow and then got real fast.
Was it, did more people show up this year than last year, or what do you? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'd say about double.
Oh, really?
It was intense. I mean, so I got there. I really didn't have intentions. There were a bunch of dent techs showed up. So I really didn't have any intentions of fixing cars. I figured I could really help more with the R&I aspect. And it was, I saw the line of cars and I better start fixing some dents. So anyway, great thing. It was awesome. And the people come from all over, Ohio, all over to do this. So it was really cool. Very cool.
That's awesome. That's some good stuff.
So anyway, this little video right here is actually Tony Shirley. This girl wanted to learn how to fix the dent, so he showed her.
Oh, wow.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, it just looks like a good time, good hangout, good, easy kind of, going on and stuff. So, yeah, I know last week we dropped a little hint about the upcoming giveaway.
Ooh.
It was a hint last week, but here it is, guys. We've got this thing right here to give away, and
you can't see it because I know it's kind of small.
It is small.
Make it bigger, but it's a Kiko K-Power, and this is the big one, not the junior.
Right.
Comes with tab straps and the other lateral tension tabs you need. This is an awesome tool, guys. We are super excited to be giving this away. And we're picking the winner live on the show Monday, December 22nd. So
December 22nd, yes.
Whether you celebrate or not, it's a Christmas gift for you, whoever wins. And I love this. So super big shout out to Danny and Kiko for sponsoring this giveaway.
And this is a worldwide thing too. So there's no restrictions on this at all. I mean, just if you're watching this, you want a chance to enter this, just go on the page, follow these directions and get in on it. You'll get everything in this picture right here.
It's just it.
The awesome giveaway.
So don't leave the podcast now to go enter, but when the podcast is over,
Right.
head to the Facebook or the
Right.
Instagram. I just posted the Facebook. You watched it live. I'll do the
Mhm.
Instagram after the show.
Yeah.
And yeah, go and enter. Win yourselves a K Power, guys.
Win yourself a K Power. And we got one more thing. The Black Magic PDR tips. If you want to go ahead and roll that video,
Are you tired of wrapping your tooltips with tape? Are you always concerned about that cherry cap popping off? Looking for an easier and better way? Well, head over to blackmagicpdr.com for the best tip covers on the market. Designed and created by a dent technician, these covers are made of a 3D printed material that is 50% firm, 50% soft, rubber-like material that will allow you more metal movement with each push. Black Magic PDR tips are a real game changer for all types of PDR technicians. blackmagicpdr.com. What are you waiting for? All right.
Oh yeah, that's some more good stuff you guys can pick up, and it's for a good cause too. I mean, it goes to a lot of different places. I mean, yeah, can't recommend those enough.
Yeah, they're great tips. I mean, not only are you supporting people in need by buying some, you're getting great PDR tips at a great price. So
right,
just yeah. Again, what are you waiting for? You know?
Good stuff. Yeah. And
Yeah.
we've got a pretty cool guest for you guys tonight. And yeah, let's bring him on in here and see what he's got going on.
All right. Jesse Harrison.
What's going on, buddy?
Fellas?
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yes,
yeah.
Sir.
Glad to have you on.
What a background. And yeah, being a new tech, I just had to show off a little bit. Right. You guys nerd out, I'm sure, and just these tools are just something else.
Yeah, yeah. You got a background full of PDR tools and all that stuff. So yeah, you got to be doing it back there.
Yeah, trying my best for the most part.
So tell us, what do you got going behind you? Is that a project? Is that
it's just panel? It's a hood I got from the Gerber collision shop. Like I'm saying, I get a bunch of hoods from them. I can pick up doors. Yeah. It's in a big bend in the back, and I'll hit up my wife's cousin, and I'll tell him I'm coming through. He'll meet me in the back, and I'll load my truck up with all I can, and I'll just beat on this thing forever and just work. I'm in here most of the time. I don't do much on my free time besides being here and then be with the family for the most part.
I got you.
For sure. So it's a practice hood. You're
learning. It's a practice hood. I mean, most of the stuff I've been doing on it, I'm already can do it, but I still just it's my hobby now. So it's like knitting. I'm just in here knitting away,
trying to get better, get faster, make more accurate pushes, seeing what would work better, what doesn't work, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Messing with just different tools, everything I can.
Right. So before doing all that, where does your story start? How did you get into doing anything automotive related? What's up, Legacy Dent Co?
So it kind of started around like 9 years ago. I started detailing for a buddy of mine's storage facility, and I was doing boats mainly, just boats. And then I stopped for a long time, and then I was pretty much, let me tell you my background. I was a street guy. I was just all into the streets doing God knows what, making money that way. And then I had got myself into trouble. I did a 3-year stint in prison. And then while I was in prison, I studied, I worked out. It's all I did. And then I worked as well too. And I didn't want to come out and be another statistic. I just refused to be. I've already lived that street life, and it was like, dude, you're getting older. This stuff's boring. It's not cool no more. There's nothing appealing to this. All that stuff you thought was cool has just turned out lame. So I got out. I went to school. Thank you. I went to school for HVAC while I was in prison. It was a little lacking. One, because you can't really put your hands on tools or nothing, but I did get my Yeah, I got my EPA certifications, but it was all bookwork mainly. So when I got out within the first month, I got out to a beautiful woman that stood behind me on everything. And I got out the first month and I called like 27 HVAC companies. I wrote them all down, just calling. Luckily, one guy picked up. He kind of shrugged me off. He's like, I'm in the supermarket, bro. Can I give you a call back? Send me your resume. So I sent
Yeah.
him a resume. This, that, and the third got it. I was with that for about 9 months, but it's very hard. This is a funny story too. I wanted to own my own business. It's hard to work for somebody else and not make my own hours, be able to leave on vacation with the family, this, that, and the third.
Right.
And I wanted to become a general contractor so I can start my own HVAC business. And you had to be in the field for 4 years. Well, funny because in PDR it's almost the same way to become like very efficient with it, 4 or 5 years to be like really good, which is just totally contradicts what I wanted to get out for. But I eventually, after about 9 months of doing installation, I was like, I'm going to start my own detailing business. I was in
Yeah.
school for HVAC again at the community college. And I was just like, this isn't panning out. The college was good, but it just wasn't fully giving me what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I started that. Everything started moving pretty well. I had a lot of people that were behind me on it. And then I started gaining customers. And so now for about a little over a year and a half, I've been detailing, doing mobile detailing, sometimes in a garage. I took a class in El Monte, California for paint correction and ceramic coating so I can learn that aspect of it. And it's good, but from where I live, it's just a different realm. And then so about a year ago, my he's pretty much my big brother. He reached out to me and he said, "Hey man, this paintless dent repair stuff." He had this guy named Damon from Elite Dent Removal, which Damon is a wizard. I finally
Right.
got to meet him. I'll get more into that. He was like, "Hey, I just paid him like $1,100 to work on like a dent like this big in the back of his CRV." And he's like, "We should get into this." I'm like, paintless dent repair. Even in detail, I still didn't know what it was. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, I don't know, bro. This sounds crazy. Like, just look into it more. We keep talking back and forth. And so I took the initiative and I called. I mean, when you go on Google, dent repair school, it's Dean King's going to come up almost first all the time. They got their marketing set up
Yeah.
perfectly. So I called Dean King and they told me it's like 9,000 just for 2 weeks and stuff like that. And I'm just like, Jesus, like at the time I don't have money I was going to HVAC school. It's like 9,000 for 3 semesters.
Yeah. Speaking of HVAC school, what actually drew you to want to go to HVAC school? Like, because you mentioned it twice, like once while you were in there and then you went back again. I'm just curious, like what was
That's a good question. So I live in, if not the first, the second hottest place in the country. So it's like on the summers, it's reaching 110 to some days it could be up to 125 degrees. So that's a need. There's people are calling you for that. I mean, on dent repair and detailing, it's not something they're like, I need you here now. Everything's going to shambles. It's like, hey, my AC don't work and I have a baby in the house. And so it just was a good business to go in.
It's a good trade.
That's a good point.
Good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I didn't know if it was anything other than heat and the actual need for it.
Yeah, because you guys are
AC.
out east. It's pretty cold.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's. I live like I'm probably a mile from the river, and it's the Colorado River. It's one of the freshest it gets. So our town's built off of the river and the casinos across the river in Nevada.
Yeah.
So it's just the money is crazy. I mean, I got a couple of good friends that own HVAC businesses. I actually detail for them, and they're killing it. They're just they're flourishing. I love to see it because these are kids in high school that I went to high school with, and now they're just destroying the game. To be honest with you,
isn't that cool to see? And especially like when it's somebody that you went to high school with, and maybe you weren't worried about them, that you didn't think they'd amount to anything. And then you turn around and they've got this business and they're going on vacation like every month. And it's like, What happened?
Yeah,
But
I mean,
it's awesome. I love
I
seeing
got one. I got one buddy. I mean, I call him like white boy redneck, like gangster ghetto, like swinging. He's got like a Ram 3500 truck. I did a paint correction, ceramic coating, and he's got like 32-inch chrome rims on it. His old service truck, he had chrome rims on. Like he's just doing everything. And then his partner too, his beautiful home. I detail for both of them, and they're actually just. It makes me proud to see because the one that with the rims and stuff, I knew him in high school, and we both were just wilding out, having good times, making money, doing this and that. And then to see him pull himself together, he has a family. He's always
Right.
going on vacation, shows, whatever he wants to do, and it's honestly something you just don't expect as a young kid.
Yeah, them
Michael
crawl
Price.
spaces. Yeah.
Michael
Yeah.
Price says he's too tall for crawl spaces. Yeah. So I'll tell you, I mean, as we're on the subject of HVAC, I mean, I considered most trades. I was a car guy, so I was led to work on cars. But my reasoning for not getting into HVAC, somebody had told me, HVAC guys, they show up when it's not working. So you're either going to go there and work in the cold or work in the hot. And as soon as it gets comfortable, you got to leave and go to the next one and be uncomfortable.
Right.
Oh,
All over.
dear.
I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I was like, that was
Yeah.
enough for me.
Yeah,
I was easily
doing it.
convinced out of trades at that age.
I was doing installations, so I'm in attics when it's like 110, 115 outside carrying units against truss and stuff. And I loved the trade. It was fun. I had a really good friend. He ended up passing away, but it just that whole experience was just really game changing for me, especially from where I came from. It dug my roots still into the ground to be
Yeah.
exactly what I want to be when I got out of doing time, I guess you can say.
And use your hands to turn,
Right.
get some
Yeah.
money. Yeah. No,
Yes.
but that's awesome. That's a good introduction to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And then you went from that to detailing. Like, how did you go from that to detailing? What was what
And
drug
owning a
you to that?
business.
Yeah.
Let me see. So I was very like trying to just figure something out for the most
Right.
part. Um, I was actually like repairing shoes and cleaning them, and I came
Like
up
a
on
cobbler?
I don't know exactly. Like it was like Nikes and stuff like that.
Oh,
Like
okay.
people would call
Okay.
me, I'd go
Gotcha.
pick their shoes up, and I restore them, and then I'd send them back. I'd made like little cool
Gotcha.
videos for them, but then
Mm.
like I'd started slowly sitting in like, what am I doing? This isn't it.
Mm.
So
There's lots
I
of guys out there that like are in the antique, not I don't say antique, but like vintage Nike shoes and stuff. There's a lot
Oh
of guys
yeah,
out there.
There's
that
a
and
do
lot.
and
that.
that's where I was like
Mhm.
trying to sell shoes too, and that was like something. But I guess like how PDR is the fab of YouTube, like the whole YouTube thing, making it look like it's like
More than
PDR
it
makes
is.
it look easier than it is, and
Gotcha.
then
Yeah.
the shoe market actually makes it look more than it is. It's not really
Oh.
brightened out to what it is. And that's
Right.
like kind of cool with PDR because it's like a humbling thing because you see what these guys are doing and I mean their short clips make it look easy, but you don't
Mhm.
find no glamour on their story that is a bullshit lie. Like they're not one is really cool is like I mean, kids these days are into like the rap music and stuff, and the shoe game falls in that because it's like the culture, and they
Yeah.
want to drive the Benzes and Phantoms and stuff. And you don't really find that in the PDR world. You don't find these guys that are making crazy amounts of money, and they're trying to flaunt their BMW or nothing like that. They're just all about their work and all about their business, and it's a very
Right.
like nice thing to see. You don't see no like arrogant boasting on a level of that, I guess you could say, especially for the
Right.
new generation that's coming up.
It's very interesting. It is
Yeah.
the PD the whole I don't know, aura of the PDR industry is just different. I mean, so
Yeah.
both Nick and I came from the collision repair industry where it's just cutthroat. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to learn how to do an almost impossible trade from people who don't want to teach you. And
Yeah, that's true.
and get by, it's nobody's helping each other. I mean, you'll find some people that are helpful, but
yeah, you will, but you're mainly looked at every job you get that's a big task. They want to they all other people that work there 9 times out of 10, whether they admit it or not, they want to see you almost fail, especially if they have like they feel threatened by you in some way. They do want to kind of see you mess up. So I don't really know why that is, but like he said, it's cutthroat for some reason.
It's just cutthroat, and there's gatekeeping, and everyone's just in a bad mood, and it just makes for a miserable industry.
Is it like worse for the PDR techs rather than the techs that are inside the collision facilities? Like, because from what I've been told, I'm not too sure because I haven't experienced it myself, but with a PDR guy, I guess you're taking away that work for them, and then now they're going to really be on you to make sure that this is flawless.
I think that's more of a mental battle for the PDR tech, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, so the techs in the shop might care about that in a flat rate situation when work is scarce, but that's usually not the time when you're going to be in the shop. So,
okay.
Right. So what you're looking at is a PDR is the individual guy that does that is going to be his own business. The technician of like a body guy is going to be a employee. So you're kind of comparing yourself to 2 totally different spaces. You know, and
they're comparing themselves to a business, which is inaccurate.
Right. And a lot of PDR techs will compare themselves to the technician and not the body shop as a whole, because for whatever reason, you know, that's just the guy that's doing the work. But in any case, it's just a kind of misconception there on what's going on.
In my experience, and it's a short experience, and guys, PDR guys in the comments, you can come in and give your experience, but it's the techs, honestly, they all want to know what I do and how they can get this stuff and learn this stuff. You know, they're all just like, hey man, like what's going on? You know, so I've had nothing but friendly encounters in body shops, especially if you walk in there and you just, as soon as you walk in, you're like, hey man, how's it going? Give them a dab, you know, or whatever. And it's just be their buddy, you know, be friendly.
Yeah.
I mean, make friends with everybody in that business. You never know when one of them is going to get promoted to manager. And then that manager is now going to call you because you were the nice PDR tech that showed up every time.
Right. But you're walking in there as a PDR tech and not a body tech. So that's where the difference lies. You know, it's just one of those things.
You're different from them. It's so separated now that it's I don't think that they're going to look like that. Usually if you're getting called, or in my experience, if you're getting called in there, they're busy enough to give you some of the work. And the techs are like, yeah, you take care of that one. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's interesting though. I mean, when I was starting in body work and we would have guys come in to do PDR work, you walk over to that corner, shut their lights off, put their tools away, go, hey, what's up? It's like, oh, I just wanted to see what you're doing. Nah, you can't do that.
There was gatekeeping like that in the body shop too, though. There still is. I mean, by a lot of the older people, and I don't really know that they do it on purpose. They're just want to be left alone for the most part. You know.
Yeah, that's a typical body guy. Just leave me alone. Let me do my work.
Right.
Okay, so you're owning a business. So in the detailing business, was there any like rude awakenings with that, doing your own thing under your own name? Anything that stood out to
you? One is I live in a very small area, I guess you can say, and everything's on your name. Like this is my name on this, so it's hard to hire for the most part because you do want to pay your employee good, but it's kind of hard with the type of money that is made through this, unless I believe like unless you have a garage, it's a whole different game, I guess you could say. But that a big thing that I deal with is weather. One, the heat. I'm telling you, there's days where I've sat down and I'm dying in the sun. I feel like this summer and the summer before, I probably died at least 4 times. I feel like, but you sit down, and you're like, what the f am I doing? Pretty much, and the wind is a big factor out here. We live in like a dust bowl,
Yeah.
so it just makes it harder. But like today, it was really windy. It reached up to gusts of like 35 miles per hour. And it's those type of days you got to call your client and be like, hey, I got to cancel or we'll reschedule because I don't want to, all this dirt's just going to land right back on your vehicle and I'm just rubbing it into the paint. Um,
Right.
and just, yeah, that's mainly for the most part. I've been just pretty much doing this on I've gotten help from certain people here and there, but it's just doing it on my own from the paint correction, ceramic coatings,
Mhm.
the mobile. It works out real well just with like reoccurring clients. That's mainly my bread and butter. I've got a
Mm.
lot of clients that I've had since the beginning or like a quarter of the way through. Good people for the most part, but it's just the weather and then I I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but like it's just the
Yeah.
repetitiveness of like the same thing over and over again.
Mhm.
It makes it like life dull. You're
Hmm.
Yeah.
just, I mean, you're just wiping and cleaning and wiping and cleaning. And at some point, I feel like I'm doing housekeeping on cars, and it's cool because I'm making money and I'm supporting myself, paying all my bills and everything. But I just, it's
Looking for
just,
something else, looking for something
yeah,
different to
Not
add
so
to it.
accomplished. Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
right,
And
right.
that's what like came with the PDR because I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's just like people give up.
Right.
And that's kind
So,
of go ahead.
well, this guy Scott right here asked, "How would you suggest the best way to get started in PDR?" So while he asked that question, you're talking about getting started in here. How did you get into PDR per se, and what would you suggest, if anything, that you could do better if you was to kind of do it again?
It's a great question. I'll start with how I got into it. And like my first thing for Scott is I can't exaggerate time and patience. I can't, there's no way to even, I can't even write you a book on it, how frustrating to learn this field is. It's not something easy.
Mhm.
You're not going to pick it up in a month or 2 or 3. You're going to get the somewhat basics down and then you're going to start slowly growing. And it takes about maybe 6 months for you to kick yourself in the ass and be like, okay, I need to continue this. But I mean, I've talking to like Levon from Just a Din. I met him at the PDR Expo, and he said, "Hey, I did this for 4 to 5 years, and I didn't. Like at the fifth year, I was like, I don't know if this is for me. But luckily,
Mhm.
he's continued because I mean, he's doing great.
Right.
But it's just time and patience. It's such a hard. Like you hear Bryce Kelly say, like you're performing surgery on a car, and I don't like. People are like, a surgery. Like people are taking hearts out and stuff, and it's like, yeah, that stuff's really complicated to understand what you're doing, but this is so tedious and how what you need to break down, know what tools it just
Mhm.
and to learn it on your own because you can get the right teaching,
Right.
but it's where you start realizing as well from that teaching that can actually, I guess, push you forward. Which I'll talk about that because I actually am in real world PDR right now. But
Hmm.
when I got into PDR, like I said, my buddy was hitting me up. I called. They were like 9,000. I'm like 9,000 for 2 weeks is sounds wild.
Mhm.
Like that's I could take my whole family on to Switzerland and have a beautiful vacation with that much money. But
But what's that
uh
vacation gonna make you?
exactly,
Right.
that's true, 100%. And that the money is just great in this. And you do need to learn after you get decent is the marketing and understanding your area and
Oh yeah.
knowing who to market to, what to say
Mhm.
no to. You might waste a lot of time. There's people you're going to go quote and they don't understand. They think you're putting a suction cup to a car and pulling a dent out, and by
Right.
no means necessary is that the case at all. And you can buy them a suction cup and it might save you some time, but that you might pull up to a bunch of estimates and they say they'll call you and you'll never hear from them again. But there's so my buddy reached out. I got that. I called them. And then my buddy was like, well, I got me and my father-in-law, this and that and the third. We can call and get a deal. We got a little bit better deal. We had paid like 7,000, around 7,000 per person. Um,
Oh, so you actually
and
went to Dinking.
yes, I went to
Okay.
Dinking for 2 weeks. This was November and December of last year. We
Okay.
went to the week before Thanksgiving, and then Thanksgiving week we came home, and then went back in December. Um, which I really like Dinking. I had Lee Roth as my instructor. Great guy.
Mm,
Yeah,
yes.
I can literally call or text him at any time, and he's there for me. If I have a question
Absolutely.
on
he's a good dude.
access, tools, where to get them. If I have personal problems, I swear I can call Lee and he'll be right there.
All right.
Um, I also met James Miller from Dent Remedy he's out of Costa Mesa. He came in substituted for Lee. James Miller, awesome guy. Really like that guy. But me and my buddy had made this plan. Hey, we're going to start this business. Let's go to the school. We weren't fully like we knew the one dent tech out here. There's two in my whole area that covers the whole county. Um, and we didn't really know him to call him and talk to him about it. So we went out and did that. We realized how hard it was. We did leave a little confused because it's just something that you need more time to learn, and it's not fully understanding just of 2 weeks, I guess you can say,
Right.
especially from three individuals all going together and we all have our own questions.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So we're asking bam, 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 and then we're at work working on dents, and then we're asking more and more and more.
Right,
Um,
right. You can only retain so much knowledge until you get experience to find out where your weak points are. And then and only then are you really able to move forward and ask a different type of question, which you wouldn't know about unless you had some tool time.
exactly. And
It's all
That's
about that tool
you,
that's
time.
why
and
you
you
can't
might,
that's why you can't do it in just a week. You can get started good in a week or 2 weeks, but you have to really like doing what you're doing in the background back there. You really have to kind of get familiar with what your tools will actually do and what they won't do. You want to know like these hard pushes and what they will do, like as far as damaging a panel and what they
mm,
won't do as well. So you won't get that unless you're just pushing. You got to push.
yes. Push,
Yep.
push, push. And then some tap down glue polling. It's just there's so many aspects rather than just pushing. And that's what kind of you watch the videos and you think, oh, it's mainly pushing. Well, really, like this 70-80% of it's knockdown. Like you push and then it's knocking down, knocking down, knocking down. And then it's different tips of knocking down to understand. And then the blending hammer. And I'm still trying to like master my blending for the most part.
There's
Oh,
Lee
there's
right
Lee.
there. What's up, Lee?
What's up,
I,
Lee?
I just texted him, told him you were live.
But
But
so my buddy and me were trying to come up with a name for our business. He's a big brother of mine. I love him to death. But eventually, over time, he's got a lot going on. He's got houses he's renting out, this, that, and the third. And he was kind of just bailing. I'm just waiting on him. I'm waiting on him. I'm waiting on
Mhm.
him. And I don't blame him. He had a lot going on. And it got to the point where I talked to my wife. My wife's a big, big part of all of this.
Yeah.
Um, definitely, definitely. And I was like, I'm just gonna text him and tell him I got to do this on my own.
Yeah. Right.
So I texted him, and all he said was, "Love you, brother. Fucking, I wish the best for you. I hope everything succeeds." And he gets it. He just we they the whole point of getting into PDR is not in the school. It's like you said. It's just you got to be in here pushing,
Right.
pushing, pushing, and a lot of the internet for the most part leads you down that road of thinking, oh, I'll go to school, figure this out, boom, I'm on. I can go on a hell chase, I can do Bryce Kelly work. I
Ha-
got this all day.
Have you been doing a bunch of glue pulling? Speaking of, with Danny in here.
uh with Danny.
no,
Yeah,
Danny Hacker, yeah.
Danny Hacker.
Oh, no, I haven't. I do my own glue pulling, but I no, I'm still
Okay.
catching up on learning about
Kind of
everybody.
like it's still kind of like territory unfamiliar for the most part for you, like
Not
uncomfortable.
It's a little uncomfortable. It's honestly, I feel like my pushing and my glue pulling are almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Smash work, no, yes, of course, that's a little bit more uncomfortable.
Hmm.
I do have the K bar. I bought it, the PDR Expo, and I've been testing that out, working with
Okay.
it. And then my next thing is like buy better lateral tension tools, which I'll try to get on that giveaway you guys got going on.
Don't
But
miss it.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't miss it.
no, I'm not. I'm
That's a
not.
heck of a giveaway right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that thing's. We almost bought that too, but we ended up getting the light and then the bar, and
You spent a
it's
lot.
work. Yeah. Oh yeah. And things like, and one big thing is I want to mention too. When I'll get on with my story is a lot of guys are going to get into this, and maybe they do have a significant other. You're going to spend a lot of money to go and do an in-person teaching. Doesn't matter who it is, it's going to be a lot of money. Well, for the most part, from what I know, people that actually are going to get you to the next level. And you're going to get out, and your significant other is going to see you probably spent a lot of money on something, and it's not panning out correctly as you thought.
Right.
And
right.
I just try to get them more involved because I look at PDR like it's jujitsu or it's like professional pool. It's really boring to the average individual. But
Right.
when you get to know the aspect of it, you're like, oh wow, this is incredible.
For sure.
And I brought my wife. She was all in. She knew that's what I'm pushing towards. She was kind of on my ass, like, you spend all this money at fucking school. Like, you got to keep doing this, got to keep doing this. Brought her to the PDR Expo. She really saw what it was about. She got to meet
Awesome.
Lee.
Hands-on
We sat in Gene Fetty's little class on the
Nice.
second day.
Yeah.
We got to meet Damon from Elite from out here. I feel like I fangirled even on Levon.
Hell yeah.
I fangirled out. I saw Levon I saw him at the PDR Expo. I'm like, babe, I follow him, this, that, and third. I'm gonna get a picture. Lost him, and then I found him on the casino floor, and I was like, dude, can I please get a picture with you? Like, but I met Damon. He is like the main tech where I'm from. We have Lake Havasu City, Kingman, Bullhead City, Laughlin, Nevada, Needles, California, and there's another guy. I haven't met him yet. I do follow him, but Damon, he competed in the pros, so I went up to him. I shook his hand. I fanned out, and I was drinking a little bit, so I got his number and everything. I guess he told me, like, hey, when you're in town, like, hit me up sometime. And my lady told me that when we got back home. Like, no, he didn't. She's like, babe, I was right there. Yes, he did. So I hit him up. I asked him to come out to eat with us. We sat down with him and the lady that goes and estimates for him and gives out estimates and everything. And I asked him, like I'm doing with you guys, I gave him my story and then asked him 1,000 questions. He ended up offering me a job, but I just, with like my mortgage and everything, I wouldn't be able to secure what I have going on with it. And I have sleepless nights thinking about it. Like telling him I couldn't do that. I'm telling you guys, I've sat up at night and I'm like, I could just make a little less money. I could work harder or something. Like I should have did it, but I can't for the most part. I'm trying to think of what I was getting to. Oh, and just the significant other thing is if anybody's getting into it and your significant other, they're going to be iffy when you get out. It's still a long road, but get them involved a little bit more. Let them see how these tools work. Let them see the companies involved, the instructors, the master techs. And I mean, she saw another funny story. I cheesed up at the PDR Expo. I was in the beginner competition. It was a crease. I got there, had a plan. Yeah, I got there, had a plan, and then I went to Liam, like, what tip do you think I should use? When I already had my stuff in mind, and he's like, use a sharper, which I should have listened. I use my MT rods to do creases now like crazy. I got to meet Mac and asked him too. Mac got third place, and I bugged out on him, asked him 1,000 questions. He's probably like, who the hell is this guy?
Right.
But yes.
All right, Mac doesn't know who I am yet either, so no.
Oh yeah, he's
I'm just kidding.
The kid's he's gonna do some damage. I mean, it's pretty much in his blood. But so I got there and I'm thinking like, okay, they have guys flying from out of country for this pro thing from China, Switzerland, Brazil. And I'm like, all right. And then I get there and they're all in the beginner competition too. And when I compete, there's a whole Ukrainian family standing behind me. And it's the guy who won first, Nazar. They're out of Chicago, but they're all Ukrainian, and that just put more pressure on me. And my tool just kept popping out where the hook was, and I just created a snail trail, and it just went all downhill from there. And I don't think I timed myself at home when I trained for it because it's 30 minutes, but it was a good experience for the most part. But dang, I cheesed up, guys. I tell you what.
Hey,
Right.
no, you had the guts to go out there and give it your all. I commend
You
you
did.
for it. I haven't been in a competition yet, so
I can tell you when you're uncomfortable in a situation, that's when you growing. So
Yeah.
if you're comfortable, you ain't growing. But like
Yeah.
what you're doing, yeah, you're growing. So just keep on doing whatever that is.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
And that Ukrainian family, so that must have been Miroslav's.
Probably.
I believe so. I
gang.
think that's yes.
Miro is the man. If you get to talk to him, he won the Kamado glue pulling or the Smash competition up
He's
in
a
Canada.
beast technician.
I'd seen him, but I didn't know who he was, so I didn't approach him.
He's one of my favorite. He came to Gene Fetty's Dents for Kids, and we all went out for
nice.
dinner afterwards. It was good to get to know him a little bit better. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So if you get a chance to talk to him, do that. But yeah, they can fix some dents, man.
There's a language barrier there too, which I talked to Nazar for a while, and there was another guy that competed, and it was like a language barrier, but those guys are fierce. They're no play around. Like when you talk to them, it's like talking to a UFC fighter or something that are
They're
like
serious.
from those areas. They're very just straightforward, serious, and just it was really cool though.
I mean, a little story.
Those guys.
Little story I got. I mean, so as I was at the Kamado competition in Canada, and as Miro's working, he must have been halfway through the second day. So these guys are tired, but they are just cranking on these doors, just boom, boom, just cranking. And he stops as I walk by. He goes, "Stefan, I didn't know you knew my name." And he's like, "Check this out." He showed me this dolly that he's got from Cult Tools. And the thing's made in Ukraine. It's not even available here, but I am on a mission to get one. You know, if he stops in the middle of his competition to show me that tool, it's got to be good. Right. So I've already contacted the company. They've told me how much it is to ship it over, and it's about the same as the dolly costs. So I'm going to be looking to see if they have anything else I can take. But yeah, it's that's cool stuff. I commend you for doing the competition. I commend you for going to PDR Expo. I can't tell you how many PDR guys I talk to that don't go to these things, don't see any value in it, especially newbies. And that's where it's really beneficial, is for the newbies. You get to go and put your hands on all these tools. Even if you don't buy it, then I'm sure you've got a mental list of things you'd like to buy in the future. And if you've ever cruised these PDR tool websites, if you're looking at pictures, you don't know what you're buying.
We have no clue. Nope. But you can get there and talk to the guys. That's probably the tool makers themselves. I mean, there's just so much benefit from going to one of these. I mean, it may put a damper on some things. It may be tough to kind of come up with money or whatever. I don't know the case, and I'm just generalizing it. But if you can do it, if you can make it happen, it's worth it. It's worth it. If that's your goal, is to be in this type of field, this environment, yeah, you should definitely do it.
And not just for the tools, for the networking. I mean, you got to meet people that you can put in your pocket. I mean, you talk to them long enough, people give you those cell phone number pretty quick. Be like, listen, if you're ever in a jam, call me. Call me.
Absolutely.
You know? And that's what the events are great for. Do you have plans to go to MTE?
I don't. I'm in Arizona, so that's all the way in Florida. We're planning a trip to Wyoming, Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So that's gonna be a little chunk of money. So it's just focus on that at the moment. I'll be at the next PDR Expo for sure. I live an hour and a half away. It's a quick drive, and we go to Vegas all the time to see shows and everything like that.
That's an easy one for you to get to. So yeah, stick with that one.
Definitely.
And what's good is my wife had fun. So like, I mean, I mean, your kids will have fun. Like it's a whole, everybody's so nice. You're not, what I deal with detailing, that's one thing I didn't bring up actually.
Mhm.
Thing I have frustration with is the detailers, especially out here, they'll mad dog you. There's some that are cool. I met a guy named Andrew, there's a guy named uh, Mondo from Luxury. They're all really cool, but some of them, they, they stick their chest out too much. Like, hey, bro, we're detailing cars in the same city. There's over 100,000 cars. Like, there's plenty of space
Mhm.
for this. And when I went to PDR Expo, nobody was like that. I've heard old stories where fights have broken out at expos and stuff, but I didn't realize or see anything of that nature. And then not only that, with the tools that you are buying, it's good to know who is selling them and distributing. All the
Mhm.
Anson family was there. The whole family
Right.
that sells Anson was there. Like I didn't know that I was talking to the lady that owned the place the
All
whole
Right.
time
Tina.
until I got
Yeah.
home and watched the video. I bought like 4 things from her, and the whole time I had no idea. And then I got to
Mhm.
see Craig and talk to Craig for a second, and
Mhm.
you get to really see. And they even have the hot boxes for aluminum and for
Right.
steel. Like there's just the guy who makes the umbrellas. I can't remember his name, but the guy makes umbrella. He was there selling.
Matt
Like it's
Armita.
just
Matt from Get a
yeah,
Grip. Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
It's good stuff, man. That's
and
awesome.
it's not selling you on a thing like you're going to a car dealership and someone's trying to make you buy this car. They're just like, hey, if you need it, if you don't, whatever, but this is how it works, and this
Right.
can help you in this position.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely, I can't say more. I mean, I get why you would go to the expo. It's being much closer. I would suggest trying to get to MTE sometime.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. In the
Because
future,
Right.
it's a done deal.
I've been told, I haven't been to a PDR expo, so I can't really compare, but I've been told the MTE is just a much bigger, better show.
Yeah.
They're trying to make PDR expo the same thing, the same size, the same vibe, same everything. So
Yeah.
continue to go to that one for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
Danny
it'll
says if you
make
come
you
over
buy
there,
it.
he's going to make you buy it if you go over to his booth. He's gonna-
I'm like 3,000 down by the time I'm leaving his booth.
yeah. Yeah. Right.
It's easy to do.
It's easy
In
to
this
do.
trade.
And they got all good stuff in there, though. I mean, you can't come out of there and leave with something bad.
That's for sure. That's for
And there
sure.
was like German products too. I think what is it? CarePoint, or I
Mhm.
think it's CarePoint. Yeah, I checked out. They had great stuff too.
I think Blem is a German name. I'm
Blim.
not sure on that one. But yeah, CarePoint, definitely some good tools.
Oh
coming out
yeah,
of
great
CarePoint.
tools over there.
So speaking of tools, is there
Mhm.
any tool in particular that stands out in your mind as your go-to, couldn't live without? I love this thing.
Yeah. Where are you at right now in the PDR that you feel like you could use or need to up your tool game or whatever?
Definitely what I need in the future is, of course, like the lateral tensions, um, stand liner. Of course, I mean that's a given.
I need
There's
stand
just different stand liner. I'm looking for different rods right now with interchangeable tips that are just skinnier. I was
Mhm.
looking at the Door Lord rods that have the interchangeable. I'm
Mhm.
in like in the middle of thinking, should I just get the sharp tip or should I get the, because that would make me finish better. But at the same time, should I just get the interchangeable tip one? It'd be easier. I have the Well Tail by Stanliner. I do want to get the spoon eventually. Um, just mainly those, and then knockdown. Just building up that. I've been watching PDR, Real World PDR. Jim does a great job.
I
I
did that.
actually go ahead.
Sorry, no, I did
Oh,
it real
oh,
world PDR.
yeah. What happened? What's up, Brandon? Good to see you, brother. Um, what happened is I was in the limbo of where I should go with online courses, and I came across Jim's, and it just I think it was when he worked on a fender, just things started lighting up in my brain,
Mhm.
where it was like, hey, this guy's got a good thing. And then it's like 165 videos, I believe, and you never know for sure. You're like, all right, well, let's check it out. And then I seen other people say things, but I was in limbo of doing his or Mike Toledo's. It's just
Mhm.
I know Mike does lines.
Mhm.
I have a line board there, but I just I'm way more comfortable with the fog light, and I just don't. I can know what he's talking about, but I don't want to continue to decipher how to do it with my fog, which I
Right.
can do, but that takes up more mind capacity of learning and consuming things when I'm trying to transfer over y equals z and yz equals y, or if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
That's understandable.
But
But it really boils down to what suits you the best.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
one thing about all these tools. Whatever style of work, if you're doing hail work, big smash work, small quick dent work, just whatever your tool catalog or whatever you're doing, your tool catalog should kind of fit.
Mhm.
Um, so as long as you keep it like that, yeah, you can get out there and collect all the tools you want. But some of the fastest guys out here have a minimal market, and it's set to where
Mm,
you can grab and go and make these as quick as possible. So
I mean,
yes.
Jean Vidic was on our show, and he was saying, "Don't buy every tool.
right.
Use what you
Yeah.
got and
Mhm.
learn it. Master that tool
Mhm.
that you've got, and then get used to it, and then use it."
Right.
That's how he became as fast and 10-time competition winning as he is.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and that's a big thing. Like the MT rods are amazing. Like I love those things. I just when I they're actually my big bros, but he doesn't do this no more. So I'm gonna end up just buying all the tools that he bought after our class. I have them right there in the back.
Mhm.
But when we first got them, I'm like, not even close to even
Right.
comprehending this because they teach us to use a more rounder tip at first, and then once you get more experience, you start realizing, wow, these things can really do some great work with this. And then
Right.
I love those to death. I want to build up my door lord, just all my door rods,
I
Mhm.
want
and
to
then
talk
go.
about that for a second because you did mention the door lords. I have the Sharp door lords, and I
Mhm.
love them. They are an aluminum and finishing tool.
Okay.
So I bought our sponsor of the show, Black Magic PDR Tips, has covers for sharp tools like that. And if I throw one of those on it, it dulls it down to a pretty much a soft door lord.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
so that's one thing you can do. Those interchangeables look great, man. If I didn't have the sharp ones already, and if I didn't have some good door tools, I'd probably buy those interchangeables. Interchangeables
Okay.
give you the best bang for your buck because you can dull it. You can have a soft tip. You can put a big rubber thing. You put a sharp tip. Whatever is that you're fixing right there and then.
Right.
And the door lords themselves are a great shape, a great kick, especially the little short one.
Mhm.
You put the nice
Okay.
tactical grip on it, man, you have power, just
I
tons of power.
I have the blades, but it's just I get to a certain point with the blades, it's just hard to like really get the perfect finish out of it, I guess for the
Oh,
most part.
yeah. So
Mhm.
the sharps are a finishing tool. So if you already have
Yes.
some door tools and not some sharp ones, then I would recommend the sharp door lords.
Okay.
Um, but
Right. It just really just depends on what you're doing, though. What you're doing
and
a
then
lot of.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
If you're doing a lot of aluminum, then you need the sharp.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
if you're doing aluminum hoods, you'd probably want some hammerhead whale tails, and those things right there are some beasts. I mean,
Mm,
like Lee, he was showing some of the whale tails with the new smaller interchangeable tip and the mini
Oh, I
door
see.
lords with the interchangeable
Yeah.
tip.
mhm,
Those right there are really killer stuff. And he made a good point too, like making your handle at an angle so you're not already at a 90 and then having to flex around whatever you're doing. So if
mhm.
it's at an angle and you're pushing down, your shoulders still kind of straight in line. That's a good point. And I wish they made that stuff with the hammerhead because aluminum hoods are real tough to push. But if you're not pushing on aluminum hoods doing hail work, then again, it's really not something that you need. But
Right.
if you're doing a lot of side door hits, um, yeah, I would focus on that kind of stuff. If you're doing smash stuff, I'd focus more towards like Kiko's lateral tension
Yeah.
glue pulling and stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, those are just whatever your market's telling you, whatever you're doing the most of. That's where I'd focus.
I feel like because right now I have the LLC, I bought the domain name. Um, And my next move is for January. I'm going to get insurance so I can actually approach like mom and pop dealerships. Because for the most part, we do have, like I mentioned, Damon. He's got Gerber. He's got Anderson Ford out here. He's got from Kingman to Havasu. I mean, this guy has got the game on lock, but he's been in it for about 20 years, I believe, and he's so good at what he does. It's just I don't think he sees me as a margin of a threat by any means. That's why I sat down with him. I'm glad he talked to me. He let me pick his brain, but he's just so experienced. That's what's cool about this game too. Like I said in jiu-jitsu, I'm probably just got my blue belt. That's right after 4 or 5 stripes of a white belt. And now I got my blue belt, and he's like a 3rd-degree black belt pretty much. So there's nothing I can do to take him on the mat. You know what I'm saying? So plus it's the relationships that you build with the certain companies, the collision shops, everything like that. But he did suggest, go into these mom and pop places, and that's my next move. But I want to have insurance behind me just to look more professional and be able to get the job.
You need it.
Yes, absolutely. So that's my next move with that, and then I'm going to start approaching. There's a couple I have in mind, and I'm ready to take losses. I mean, you guys know at PDR, you constantly take losses, and it's kind of depressing, but at the same time, it feels a lot better at the end. But you're always taking losses, and I feel like I'm going to go into these places. There's places like try to go to sleep at night and I think about them like, all right, how am I going to approach him? How am I going to talk to him? What do I say? What do I do? This, that, and the third. Do I just go, hey, my name's Jess. You guys got a PDR tech? Like let's figure out something better than that. Let's approach the situation better. And I'm probably going to get like, we already got somebody, or we don't even need one. This, that, and the third. Right. And it's fine. Here's my card. We'll leave it at that base. And there's a couple mom and pop collision places out here as well. And then it's marketing as well online to get the dents and everything. And like I said, you're going to get a bunch of I'll call you. Well, let me think on it. And they'll probably never call you because they don't understand how difficult the process is to get their vehicle in perfect condition as it was before.
And they don't, they got to trust you.
Yes. Oh, yes. Because it's a $60,000 to $20,000 investment that they have, and are you going to rip the paint off?
In? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Some guy just walking in off the street. They don't know if you're a parking lot gypsy, So
exactly. We've had one out here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I would suggest keep going back. Show up every week, looking for work, looking for this, looking for that, and then you're gonna get a bunch of no's, but someday you'll get a call and say, "Hey, we got this car. We called our guy. He's not available. Yeah. Can you come here?" And I don't care what you're doing. Drop it. Go. Go. Show up. Do your best work.
Right. Lee says call him. He knows a guy with some great advice. So
he's playing. He already knows I'm going to call him. He already knows.
Right. I mean, that's the networking. Is these guys are going to give you that kind of advice, how to get the jobs, how to approach, how to start that conversation.
If you got to fix the dent out there for free just to gain somebody's trust, do it.
I've heard of guys paying to fix a dent at a place. I'll pay you $200 to fix your dent.
I have a Mach 5 Mustang that my buddy has it, and he has a dent on the front driver fender, and I've been trying to get him to pull the deal. I've done 2 jobs for him. I'm trying to get him to pull the deal on it. He just hasn't done it. And at this point, I told him today, I talked to his brother. He was the best man at my wedding, but I was like, hey, just tell Chase I'll do it for free. And honestly, I want those pictures just to promote when I get my business page up within January. So I have something to back me up and just show, hey, I know what I'm doing.
Say for free for a 5-star Google review, as long as you believe it really is worth it. Tell them as long as you believe that 5 star is worth it. I need a 5-star Google review for this repair, and then do it I did that in the beginning. Yeah, I was doing coworkers' cars for free.
You kind of have to wear a different hat. That's not a technician hat. That's not what you would normally wear. So you're in a whole different territory, and it has nothing to do with repairing
sales
at all. You just have to sell it. You have to market it. You have to analyze things that you probably know nothing about that you need to learn. And that's where like a lot of the building will start to come in, and then you'll start getting in there. You start getting these repairs. it'll all start flowing.
I've read a lot of books on sales. When I was in prison, actually, I worked for a call center where we called real estate agents with a fake name, of course, and like
Right.
mortgage loan officers and sold them digital marketing. So while I was in there, I studied the art of it and everything like that. I do need to brush up my studies again and start watching some more stuff, but I've been so consumed with the PDR podcast. Of course, I listen to like Joe Rogan or like Kill Tony or Theo Vaughn, but when I'm detailing, I'm pushing like PDR stuff. Like I've listened to Mike Toledo talk about going to like wholesale lots and how he's lost wholesale deals because he didn't give it that all. And he just looked at it. Well, it's a story where he says, I looked at a dent, didn't think I can get to it or whatever. And I just told him I want to do it. They had another PDR guy come. He made it perfect. And he lost that deal because of that. And it's pretty much just giving that extra try, but it's also approaching that. I need to get that deal locked in first to become that guy where I'm like, all right, now my craft is what's going to talk for me, not my sales no more. Let's do this.
Yeah, you got to have both. Each shakes the other one's hand, So it's you definitely have to have both. But I did want to just point this out. I mean, we were talking MTE. Part of MTE, they have a whole day called Education Day. And what you're talking about right there are multiple classes on how to get work like that. And one of the ones I thought was the most was Dave Shalat and Kevin Bird's wholesale class, which is available. The actual one from MTE was recorded and put on the Dent Slayer website.
Okay, so what's the names again? Dave?
It's David Shalat. It's hard to spell. And Kevin Bird. But I'm going to show you right here.
Oh, I just watched Kevin. I believe that's Kevin Bird. I'd watched his Dent Slayer. Yeah, that's him. He was one of the judges at the PDR Expo. I didn't know who he was at the time, and I seen him, but I just watched his Dent Slayer interview too, and that one was really cool because his wife stuck with him through all of it, and that was like really inspiring to hear his whole story.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All the Dent Slayer episodes. I mean,
they're good.
They're very good.
They're really good.
But
I'm still trying to figure out what they're talking about with I think his name's David. He's the son of the guy that I think brought Dent Wizard over to America, I believe. He's from Argentina, and they're talking about the Argentinian metal.
Jonathan Balderrama.
Oh, Jonathan. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, so he's Lido. Balderrama was his father who founded Dent Wizard. And the original Dent Wizard, and trained some of the first people in the US to do it. There's another guy who came from Europe named Jurgen and trained some other people in the US, including Don Kavanaugh and a bunch of others. So there's like two sources of PDR into the US. Lido was one and Jurgen was another. That's all I know of. But yeah, Jonathan's a awesome dude to talk to. It's just really just inspiring. Like
he's got some stories too.
Oh yeah,
he's got some good.
We got to get him on the show because
that was a really good one. I really enjoyed that podcast as well. What I do with detail, and when I'm fixing the car, I got my AirPod in, just playing everything I can. Because Damon actually, he's like, "Hey, start from the beginning. Go to PDR college. Do everything you can, and just." Good. And luckily, with my wife going there with me, she can listen to these podcasts and now start understanding what they're talking about. Because it could be boring, like, hey, like jujitsu, I keep bringing up, but hey, you put a guy in a triangle choke, this, that, and the third, and somebody that doesn't know, they're like, this sounds lame. But once they understand it, they're like, well, this is actually pretty cool. I'll listen to this. And so,
yeah, Dent Guy talk is very. If you don't know, you're gonna get bored real quick.
Yeah.
Talking about knocking down crowns and soft pushes and cold glue.
It's kind of like I mean, with her, I have a hard because so my wife had went through the same thing I kind of did. She did time, but came out and killed it. Her family owns 2 steakhouses within our area, but she fully pretty much runs them. Besides with her father being a big part of it. Her father's like the main guy. He's like the soprano. He's the top guy who calls all the moves, but she's doing the books. the loans, the payroll, everything you would think of. She's a real estate agent, a bookkeeper, and now she's going to school for cybersecurity. So when
Mhm.
she starts talking to me about mortgage loans and stuff, like when we got this house, I'm like, like I don't know what the hell she's
Yeah.
talking about.
Right.
And so it's kind of good on my end for her to understand, but at the same time, I still don't know what the hell they're talking about with a lot of these loan things. I'm like, okay, babe, whatever you need from me, you can do or whatever, but let's
Right.
just move forward.
Yeah, right.
Goodness.
That's a big leap to get into that situation.
Yeah, it's
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
just
Well,
it's a
we made it to the hour mark. Actually, past the hour mark.
Yeah.
nice.
That shows the conversation was going nice. It was a pleasure to have you on. I really appreciate you you hopping in and telling us your story. I mean, most people, we ask them how long it took them to get used to the craft, but you're still getting used to it. So
Right.
we didn't get to that question, but most people answered 3 to 5 years. So
Yes.
keep that in mind as you're going,
Yep.
and don't get discouraged. You're gonna have winning days and learning days.
Definitely
Okay.
will.
We don't call them losing days. We call them learning days, because that's the mentality you have to have, even when everything shit hits the fan.
Right.
And it
I,
will.
if I can ask something for the guys that are watching, if anybody
Please.
does know,
Mhm.
my next step is I want to get into hell and I want to actually go out next season for
Mhm.
hell chasing. I know that Ding King has like a garage in Colorado. I reached out to them. They said reach back in March. But I know hell techs or hell companies, they want guys that are 8 years, 9 years in. I'm well devoted in my craft and I've figured it out pretty well for the most part. I know I will have some hills that I can't climb up, but if anybody does have some suggestions for a tech of myself that can get into it and get my foot in the door to go and work on hell cars, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't have any experience there, but what I was told is call people, talk to people, go to MT, go to PDR Expo, go to Hail Expo,
Yeah.
to make yourself known. But like, again, I haven't successfully done what you're asking. So definitely anybody
Okay.
out there who's got something for them, tell them Lee Roth is out there chasing Hail this year. I'll call him, and he jumped back into it. So clearly he knows how to get into it.
Right. He knows the situation, knows the path. So
Yeah.
if I were you, since you're already talking to him anyway, that'd be just something that
That'd
I
be
would
it.
discuss, the future plans.
There you go. That's
Awesome.
a good one. But yeah, that's quite the goal. It's you got a lot ahead of you, and it's tough work, but it can be very rewarding. So
Yep.
I wish
I
you
Absolutely.
luck.
appreciate I
Wish you luck.
appreciate you guys a lot.
And
This motivates me even more to like just keep going and going and like
oh, dude,
you
yeah.
guys got a cool setup.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you. Thank you.
appreciate that.
You
Yeah.
feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm sure Nick's the same.
Yeah. Anytime,
Okay.
anything you
For
need.
anything.
Yeah, it's fine.
Maybe in a
I
year I'll be
tell you
back
what,
on and we'll talk about where I'm at and where you guys are at too.
right.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, if nothing else, I can give you my experience and what I do here because like I said, I'm tailored to something different than what Stefan does,
Right.
or even what Lee does. So, my situation, I mean, I'm sure I could give you something helpful that you could take with you along the way, just in case. So, if you ever
Yeah.
need to reach out, yeah, feel free to.
Awesome guys. I appreciate you guys
Yes,
so
sir.
much.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man. And everybody watching and listening and everybody who's got the recordings, we appreciate you. Don't forget to go enter the K-Power giveaway.
Yeah.
It's super easy. All you got to do is tag 3 friends, like the post, and follow Smash Masters.
Yeah, and I seen up here before we leave, I seen Danny said let's do 2 giveaways.
Yeah, I want to know what that's about, Danny.
So we're gonna figure out what that's about, but there could be 2 giveaways going on, and it may be 2K. I don't know. We'll figure it out, and then we'll let you guys know. But yeah, either way, go in there, look it up, make sure you're in the drawing, and yeah, the 22nd of December.
We can't wait to give it to you. We really can't.
Right.
Seriously. Whoever wins it.
All right. I'll send you guys my address now. Just kidding.
You can. I don't think that'll help.
No,
But
right,
maybe
right.
maybe you get some stickers in the mail at least if you do that.
Right.
All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great week.
Have
Thank
a good
you.
one. See you guys.
All right.
So crank it up loud. Let the story